Ever wondered how dogs apologize to humans? Most people think they don't. They assume dogs just forget what happened and move on. But the truth is, dogs do try to make things right. The problem is, they don't do it the way humans expect. And if you miss those moments, or worse, punish them for it, you might be rejecting the only way your dog knows how to say sorry. Let's start with one signal many owners completely misunderstand. 1. They look at you with soft eyes and slowly look away. Have you ever noticed your dog looking at you after doing something wrong? Maybe they chewed something they shouldn't have. Maybe you raised your voice. Maybe the tension in the room suddenly changed. And then your dog looks at you. Their eyes soften, and they slowly look away or blink. A lot of people interpret that moment as guilt. But something deeper is actually happening inside your dog's brain. When a dog senses tension in the environment, a louder voice, sharper body language, or frustration in your tone,
Hi there, little one.
their stress response
You're such a
activates.
good boy.
Their brain prepares them for two basic instincts: run away or defend themselves. But many dogs do something different. Instead of escalating the situation, they soften their gaze and look away. In canine communication, direct staring is a challenge. Looking away is the opposite. It's a calming signal. In other words, your dog is telling you, I don't want conflict. I'm trying to make things calm again. Studies on canine social signals have shown that dogs frequently use these appeasement gestures, soft eyes, blinking, turning the head away, to reduce tension with both humans and other dogs. And here's the important part. Your response
You're such
matters.
a good dog.
When you soften your voice, relax your body, or calmly acknowledge them, your dog's stress hormones begin to drop. Their body relaxes. Their breathing slows. But when frustration continues, their brain reads that moment as a failed attempt to fix the situation. And over time, something subtle can happen. If a dog repeatedly tries to calm the situation and it never works, they don't escalate the conflict. They just stop trying. They withdraw. They become quieter, more cautious. And that silence isn't peace. That's a dog who stopped believing their signals matter. And later in this video, I'll show you one dog apology signal that looks almost human. And it's the one many owners accidentally punish their dog for. But first, there's another sign most people completely overlook. 2. They gently press their body or head against you. Have you ever been sitting on the couch, maybe still a little annoyed at your dog, and suddenly they walk over and lean against your leg or press their head into your hand? Most people think the dog just wants attention, but what if that moment is actually your dog trying to repair the connection between you? Dogs are extremely social animals. Their entire world revolves around their relationship with their human. When tension appears, raised voices, sharp movements, frustration, dogs feel it immediately. To them, emotional distance from their person can feel deeply unsettling. So they try to reconnect in the simplest way they know. They move closer. They lean into you. They place their head under your hand. They press their body against your leg. That physical contact isn't random.
What a good boy.
It's a reconnection signal.
Are you
Dogs
ready
use
play
touch to
fetch?
regulate relationships, both with humans and other dogs. By leaning against you, they're seeking reassurance while
Hi,
also
sweetie.
reestablishing the bond.
You're such
In
a
that
good
moment,
dog.
your dog isn't just asking for affection. They're saying something closer to, we're still okay, right? And when you respond, even with a small touch or calmer energy, their body relaxes almost instantly. Their tail softens. Their muscles loosen. The tension disappears because the bond has been restored. And if your dog has ever done something like this and you're only now realizing what it meant, I'll make sure you remember these moments next time. Because sometimes the way dogs say sorry is quieter than we expect, but far more sincere than we realize. 3. They bring you their favorite toy. Have you ever been upset with your dog? And a few minutes later, they suddenly walk over and drop a toy right at your feet? Maybe it's their favorite ball. Maybe the squeaky toy they carry everywhere? Maybe the one they sleep with? Most owners assume the dog just wants to play, but think about the timing. It often happens right after tension, after you raised your voice, corrected them, or showed frustration. And in that moment, your dog is doing something surprisingly meaningful. Dogs are naturally social animals. In canine social behavior, offering an object can act as a peacemaking gesture. It redirects the emotional energy of the moment into something positive. From your dog's perspective, that toy is one of the most exciting things in their world. It's comfort. It's fun. It's something they value. And when they walk over and place it at your feet, they're essentially saying, let's fix this. Let's be happy again. They're inviting you back into a shared activity that strengthens the bond between you. So the next time your dog drops a toy next to you after a rough moment, don't ignore it. That little squeaky toy might actually be your dog's way of saying, can we be okay again? 4, they start licking your hands or your face. Have you ever noticed your dog suddenly licking your hands or face right after a tense moment? Maybe they climb into your lap. Maybe they gently lick your fingers. Maybe they reach up and lick your chin or nose. Many people think it's just a quirky dog habit, but there's actually a deep social meaning behind it. In canine social groups, licking is a powerful affiliative behavior. Puppies lick adult dogs to communicate submission and maintain harmony within the pack. It's a way of saying, I respect you. I mean no harm. But it also does something interesting on a biological level. Physical contact, including licking and touch, helps release calming neurochemicals like oxytocin, the hormone associated with bonding and trust. So when your dog licks your hand after conflict, they're not just reacting emotionally. Their body is literally trying to repair the relationship and calm the situation at the same time. For them, reconnecting with you isn't just comforting, it's how they regulate their own stress. 5, they roll over and show their belly. Have you ever scolded your dog and they suddenly roll onto their back and expose their belly? Many people interpret this as guilt. Others think the dog is just being playful, but in dog language, that gesture means something much more specific. The belly is one of the most vulnerable parts of a dog's body. Exposing it during a tense moment is a classic appeasement signal. Your dog is essentially saying, I'm not a threat. I don't want conflict. They're making themselves vulnerable in order to de-escalate the situation. Here's where things often get misunderstood. Most owners immediately reach down to rub the belly, and sometimes the dog suddenly squirms, snaps, or gets uncomfortable. That's because the gesture wasn't necessarily an invitation for touch. It was a signal of surrender and trust. What your dog really needs in that moment isn't a belly rub. It's calm energy. Relax your posture. Soften your voice. Let the tension fade. When your dog realizes the conflict is over, their body relaxes almost instantly. The apology has been accepted. 6, they quietly follow you everywhere. Have you ever noticed that after a tense moment, your dog suddenly starts following you from room to room? Not barking, not demanding attention, not asking for food, just quietly staying close. Many owners don't even notice it. But this behavior can be one of the most sincere reconciliation signals a dog has. Dogs are deeply social animals. When tension appears in the relationship with their human, many dogs instinctively try to maintain proximity. They stay near you, not forcing interaction, not demanding forgiveness, just being there. Behavior researchers often describe this as proximity maintenance, a strategy seen in many social species after conflict. Instead of pushing for immediate interaction, the individual simply reduces the distance and waits until the relationship feels safe again. And if you think about it, humans do something very similar. After disagreement with someone we care about, sometimes we don't say anything right away. We just stay nearby. We sit in the same room, make coffee, exist quietly together. Your dog is doing the same thing. And the fact that an animal who could run off, play alone, or sleep somewhere else instead chooses to stay close to you. And silence says everything about what you mean to them.